Unfortunately, who has not been hitting is one Javy Báez, and we've talked about this a lot. He's actually benched the last 2 games uh, because of his poor performance, and he's actually admitted he is not seeing the ball well,
Hmm.
which you hear that phrase all the time, and it's kind of being dissected in Detroit media right now, what that really means. And it's also come under more scrutiny after AJ Hinch reacted to that because he sounded, pardon the pun, but he sounded a little blindsided by that.
Eh,
He he sounded very concerned actually, but typically what that means is you're just not seeing the spin on the ball, you're just not comfortable in the box for whatever reason, but it's not seeing the ball. I mean, that could mean many things. I mean, is it even an eyesight issue at this point? But what we do know is this is the worst stretch of Javi Baez's career. He's had, he's a hot and cold hitter, but he's never had a streak like this where he's below 200. It's all or nothing. He is continually abused by the slider, low and outside. He will swing at every time to get a strikeout. It's pathetic almost to watch. So he obviously needed to sit. I thought he'd sit one game. I was surprised to see him not in the game this afternoon. Might show you how dire the circumstances are and how much he needs a break and just needs a reset of some sort. But I think it comes down to the classic free agent signing that's trying to prove himself out of the box. And when he doesn't, he starts to press and it just perpetuates itself and gets worse and worse. Where the more he presses, the worse things are. The worse things are, the more he presses. And he's gotten into that horrific cycle. And hopefully, sitting out a couple of games will help alleviate that because he's not living up to that $140 million 6-year contract that he signed. And we've seen it with other free agents in other places. So hopefully he can figure this out and get back to being Javi, or at least some substance of being Javi. I don't know what the word I'm trying to come up with there, but
Subset?
yeah, maybe subset.
I don't know. I think he just misses the Cubs.
He does miss the Cubs. I think a lot of people miss the Cubs when they leave the Cubs, but the Cubs did not want him there anymore for whatever reason. Maybe they knew more than the Tigers knew at the time. But I don't think Javi's done. I don't think this is the end of his career by any means. Like I said, he's a volatile hitter. What is as cold as he gets, usually gets equally as hot. This is just the longest you've seen him go. I mean, it's essentially 2 months where he's just struggled. So hopefully he figures out whatever he needs to figure out.
Word Hole Media.